Greetings metalheads, George here from No Nonsense Metal Reviews, and I'm back with another Albums You Need to Hear recommendation. Another album, if you're not familiar with this one, you absolutely need to get yourself acquainted. So, if you're looking for some ripping thrash, then this certainly is an album you need to hear, and step right this way. We're talking Shovel-Headed Kill Machine, the 7th full-length album from Bay Area Thrash Kings, The Mighty Exodus. This album, this band, absolutely essential for any die-hard thrasher or anyone that just likes absolutely ripping, headbanging metal. This album, and actually just Exodus in general, I've been absolutely digging on a massive level over the last couple of years. This album showed off not that long ago in a collection update, picked up this 2024 Nuclear Blast Records reissue, gatefold, double red vinyl, very nice indeed. But this album I just keep coming back to. Exodus, they are a superb band, you know, pretty turbulent career, few hiatuses, you know, lineup changes, all that kind of stuff. They've had a bit of a rocky time, but actually they're a hugely important thrash band, hugely important Bay Area legendary band. They are right on that kind of upper end of extremity. They are definitely a thrash band, no denying that, but they kind of sit on that heavier end of the spectrum. Where on one end we have maybe the kind of the Anthrax and the Megadeth. You know, it's thrash, but it's not quite as aggressive and forceful. On the other end, we have the Exodus and Slayer and Sepultura, early Sepultura, Creator, that kind of stuff. This album, this is just freaking ripping. Exodus absolutely kills. And they don't have a bad album. This is a band that does not have a bad album. This one has just been one that I've kept coming back to over the last couple of months. And I think that this is a start to finish ripping, thrashing masterpiece. It does not let up for a freaking second. It is just so fully thrash charged. It's incredible. It's a very unique album as well. So it was released in 2004, I believe in the October of 2004. And it was the first album to feature Rob Dukes on vocals. So Rob took over from Steve Zetro Souza, who was the vocalist prior for a number of their albums. I think the previous 5 albums. Great vocalist, big fan of his vocal style. You know, took a little bit of time and convincing to really get into Rob. But actually, Rob's vocals have really grown on me over the years, and I feel like, you know what, he's a great vocalist. He's a great thrash frontman, great thrash vocalist, and he took over some fairly big boots to fill there. It's also the only album to feature the absolute drumming machine, the kit killer, Paul Bostaph, on drums. Different vocalist, different drummer. A killer, an absolutely freaking killer album. I absolutely love this album. It just thrashes so much. I've been listening to this very, very regularly, a good few times a week. This is one of those albums that is just so full of energy and so energetic. If you feel like you need some freaking drive to get you going, this is an album to pick up. It is ripping. We, of course, have the incredible guitar duo of Gary Holt over here. There's Gary, the thrash master, alongside Lee Altus as well over here. So absolutely masterful lineup, expert musicianship. The album is really well produced. Sounds great. It's got a really bold sound. The whole band is red hot. It's just a beast. Whereas a couple of their more recent albums and the Rob era albums, you know, the Exhibit A and B albums, they're really quite long, really quite chunky albums. This album is about 44, 45 minutes, just for the standard album. Obviously, we've got some bonus tracks on this version here, but the album itself is about 45 minutes, and it is just, 45 minutes of just raw thrash. This is headbanging stuff. It is mind imploding. We kick off with Raise, which is a short and sharp thrashing beast of a track. Absolutely beastly track. And I think the important thing to mention as well is that although we've got different lineup here, this is a great continuation after Tempo of the Damned, the previous album, the last album to feature Steve for a while. That's a great album. This one, I feel it tops it. In my opinion, my humble opinion, I feel it does top it because it doesn't let up for a second. We kick off with Raise, which is just a riffing, thrashing, hell of a way to kick off an album, before the absolute chugging, grooving Death Amphetamine, which is a bit of a longer track, but it is just pure, weighty riffs, incredible drumming. It's just, they don't miss a beat, not for a second. Absolutely killer. Karma's Messenger just absolutely kicks things into overdrive, launches at you full frickin' throttle. Bit of a tongue twister there. Love it. And I think that's a good number. Karma's Messenger really does show Rob's vocal capabilities. He's got some real power in there. Shudder to Think is just a groovy beast. Absolutely love it. And I just love Gary Holt's riffing alongside Lee. I think they're just a great guitar duo. I Am Abomination is punching, absolutely thrashing. Altered Boy is, this is classic Exodus. They're not afraid to explore territory with their lyrics, which is potentially upsetting or a little bit kind of uncomfortable for some. It's taking a punch at the Catholic Church and whatever goes on behind the scenes in some quarters. It's a real heavy hitter. Lyrically and musically, it hits, and it hits hard. Going, Going, Gone is brilliant. It's an absolute ripper. Now Thy Death Day Come is a great one. Keeps the momentum going. Killer riffs. The whole album is just peppered with blinding leads, amazing solos, and just the rhythms. They are just so intoxicating. You can't help but headbang. And the album closes with a 1-2, a double blow of 44 magnum opus and shovel-headed Kill Machine. Both are blistering thrash. Both pack some incredible weight. Absolute beasts of tracks. It's just some of the best, most glorious riffing. Some of the powerful vocals, some of the most powerful vocals we get from the Rob era, in my opinion. He sounds brilliant. The whole band is just killing it here. This album, this is energy compressed into audio form. This is just pure energetic thrash. There's no party tracks here. There's no, epic, grand, symphonic moments. There's nothing but raw thrash. And actually, thinking about it in that context, this is probably the most streamlined Exodus album for quite some time. If you think about the albums prior, we have Tempo of the Damned, which again was a brilliant album, but it was quite a big album, quite a long one as well. Prior to that, obviously we had a bit of a break, but Force of Habit, again, bit of a long album, but a bit of a different one. And then after this, we've got the Exhibit A and B. We've got Persona Non Grata, Blood In, Blood Out. They're quite ballsy albums, quite big, long albums. This is pretty stripped back, but it is weighty. So if you're looking for some killer thrash, you need Exodus in your life. I feel like they are really the unsung heroes of US and Bay Area thrash. They are just freaking masters. Of course, they'll be hitting the road with Creator and Carcass next year, 2026. I'm really hoping that I can manage to catch them on that one, but we'll see. But they are a brilliant band, and I would honestly say Shovel-Headed Kill Machine has rapidly become one of my favourite Exodus albums. I would say that it is also just an absolute thrash masterpiece. So if you're looking for pure energy, you're looking for fury and killer riffs, look no further than Shovel-Headed Kill Machine. If you need convincing, Death Amphetamine. I would say Altered Boy, because I feel like that is just brilliant. And then 44 Magnum Opus. Killer stuff. Check it out. Some of the best. This particular vinyl variant I picked up not too long ago. I'll link the collection update there. But you can pick it up pretty readily. And it's a cool article to have. So check it out. What are your thoughts on the Mighty Exodus? What are your thoughts on Shovel-Headed Kill Machine? Interested to hear thoughts and opinions of others as always. Hope you've enjoyed this humble albums you need to hear recommendation. Do get involved in the discussion, and of course feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Support is greatly appreciated as always. Check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good heavy things. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Listen to Shovel-Headed Kill Machine and stay freaking heavy.